As someone, if my advice to someone who has never bought a property would be like, if they're not confident enough to do it themselves, then engage with someone like you, because you do the entire game. Like, you do the strategy, and you then you basically pick the properties and the places for them, and you explain to them why a particular suburb, why a particular property, how it fits their end game, what you should do, what kind of properties we should target, what not, and all that. You basically help them understand all the pitfalls of buying a property. As I said, like, the hand holding was amazing. Just a bit of a background. So I bought my primary property of residence 4 years after migrating to Australia. And 2 years after that, we had a bit of cash savings, and we wanted to, really start thinking about our retirement, how to fund our retirement, what kind of lifestyle we wanted if we retired in 10, 15, 20 years of time. And we were thinking of different options like stocks, real estate, after doing a few other things back in India or not. And we thought we should be doing something in Australia. And then, based on our limited knowledge or research, whatever it is, we thought real estate would be a good opportunity. Again, real estate has a lot of things, right? Commercial, investment, residential lands, and farmlands, a lot of stuff. So, and we zeroed in on investment properties, basically buying, renting it out, long-term, short-term hold strategies, stuff like that. So see, obviously there's risk in all kind of business, stocks, crypto, whatever it is, gold, even gold, like petro stocks, whatever it is, it's all cyclical and there is a bit of risk involved. Then again, it depends upon something, what you choose, which will fit your risk appetite. So I studied a bit about the property market performance in Australia over the past 50, 100, 150 years. So comparing with other options available, I think that this is the reasonably less riskier approach to build a property, to build a wealth, to fund your retirement or for whatever purposes. And then the next thing is, there are a few advantages, like how you can leverage on your existing wealth and how much you can scale up in a portfolio. Probably there are restrictions on stocks, like you can't borrow much to buy a stock, but when it comes to leverage, I think property game gives you that added advantage to actually maximize your potential from a buying perspective. So that's why, considering these two factors, was why we zeroed in on investing in real estate. Interest rates, I think there were like 5 or 6 rate rises by the time we got connected, and we were pretty sure, like when we during our initial strategy sessions and talking, we were pretty sure that there are going to be a few more rises as well. But again, as I said, like, it's all cyclical, like and property is a long-term game. So if I'm holding a property for 10, 15, 20 years, there will be periods where the interest rates are going high, and there will be periods where the interest rates are going low. So it all depends upon how you plan on holding the property, how long, and how you manage the finances, how you pick a really good asset and all that. And that's where you come into picture, help hand holding the clients like me, first time investment buyers rather. See, I think there were like 3 or 4 sessions organized by you to work. I think we were focusing first on the strategy, what my end goal was, what my current situation was, what I wanted to achieve in 5, 10, 15 years time, and how to go about it, rather than just straight away going to what's my budget or the property, the places, the houses, and all that. We were first working on the strategy. I'm pretty sure we worked around 5-6 hours on the strategy itself, and you helped me out, like the price ranges should I be buying, how it would work out in the long term, what I should be doing, what I should not be doing, and all that stuff. So we start off obviously with the strategy. Then I think you also helped me with the references to get in touch with mortgage agents and stuff like that. I've worked out my finances. We got the pre-approvals, and then you pretty much handheld me from start the strategy till the settlement. It would have been tedious if I did it by my own, but it was a collaborative effort. I think the 90% effort was yours, and I was just providing my numbers. So it was not very tedious. It takes time, but it provides you a lot of education and insights into your own position. So it's not tedious, honestly. I think it is critical, because you need to know what you want to do 1, 3, 5, 7, 10, 15, 20 years down the lane. You can't just buy something that might not fit your end goal, right? You need to and the first step, like many people say, that the first property is the most important, and in most more important than the others, at least. So buying the right thing and doing the first step, you can take time, but that time is well spent if you buy the right property, and if you do the strategy well and your end goal, and think out all the options and think out all the timelines, what you want to do in the next 1, 2, 3, 4 years. So that's why the initial strategy is key for this whole property journey. Through the confidence and through the understanding that I gained through the first investment buying purchase process through you. Thankfully, you held my hand, you literally held my hand through the entire process. So I felt that I could, it's not easy, but at least it gave me a head start from, I know what can be done. I thought of doing it by myself, and I thought if I don't do it, then I can always fall back and engage you again. I have a reliable partner to come back to. So I did it. So what I did was I bought a couple of more properties, went on and bought a couple more properties by myself. So currently I have 3 investment properties, and all purchased within the first 1 year after my first investment property purchase with you. I'm feeling good, not good about the interest rates, but overall the property portfolio, especially the one that we bought, the first one, the performance, the market evaluation, how it has moved is really good. It's positive, and I'm really happy with the way things have progressed for the first 1 year. Hopefully the next few years will be good as well, and I can reach my end goal. See, if you haven't ever done like buying an investment property, I'm only talking from an investment property journey perspective. If you haven't ever done that, bought a investment property here in Australia, then it's worthwhile trying to understand the process, buying the first one by engaging with people like you, because you're not just buying the property, you're strategizing a person's individual approach and individual situation, thinking end to end what that person should do. And so in my case, what happened was I got a very deep understanding of what I should be doing over the upcoming years after the initial purchase with you. And that even helps me today. So as someone, if my advice to someone who has never bought a property would be like, if they're not confident enough to do it themselves, then engage with someone like you, because you do the entire game, like you do the strategy, and you then you basically pick the properties and the places for them, and you explain to them why a particular suburb, why a particular property, how it fits their end game, what you should do, what kind of properties we should target, what not, and all that. You basically help them understand all the pitfalls of buying a property. And then, as I said, like the hand holding was amazing. Once you do that, you get you understand the process end to end, and then you will certainly might have confidence, or at least you have knowledge of what a property buying journey will actually look like in Australia. It's like a loan, right? You take a loan to achieve an end target. So the cost is the price you pay to achieve an end target. And I think many people say that, but it was true in our case at least. Like when you're buying an off market, you're already paying off for the buyer's agent fee or the engagement fee or whatever. But it was true in our case. So that certainly, it's not a cost when you're already making a save in the first step, right? As I said, it's an education that you're trying to get, and it's a hand-holding experience that you're buying basically, rather than a property journey. And you get a lot of knowledge out of that property buying journey, so that you know whether you have the skills enough to do it yourselves, or you want to keep continuing the journey or not, you want to engage with a buyer's agent or not, and all that. So I won't call it a cost, but it's like a fee for knowledge, I guess. It's something that you're paying to gain the education to kickstart your investment journey. And let's say if you're waiting for 6 months just trying to understand everything, probably the market is moving, and then you're basically most likely paying much more than what you would have paid the first step to engage a buyer's agent and get a property done in 6 to 12 weeks. So you're losing that you're probably paying an opportunity cost as well. Yeah, I think the education and the opportunity cost is the 2 parts of it. I would recommend them for sure. Their communication was very good, very prompt, and they have a lot of patience to answer like hundreds of questions, at least in my case, which is very good. And they don't treat you as a naive investor, and they don't just overrule your questions. They try to answer each and every one with a proper response and reasoning and all that. As I said, like for me, the thing I liked is the hand-holding part. Like when we were buying the property, and we had a findings from the building and pest inspection, which ones were critical, how to bargain, how to basically use to our advantage the building and pest inspection report. And like then you introduced me to the mortgage agent, I'm still using the same conveyancer for my other properties as well, by the way. And I'm still with the same property manager that you have introduced me with. So basically what I'm saying is that if I've been working with them for over a year, that means you introduced me to a quality team. So that's one more, like, you might not find a quality team by yourself. That's one more advantage of engaging with you guys. Knowledge, patience, hand-holding, building a quality team around yourself, and all that. This is all helpful to accelerate your journey towards your end goal.